Hello, Scorpio. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Scorpio, how are you? Like, really, get over here. Like, sit down. How are you? Because damn, there's a lot of stuff going on for you right now. So I hope you're well. Thanks for clicking here. And I'm hoping to give you just a little bit of insight about what's going on for you in the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead, Scorpio, by the way. So if you've never been here before, welcome. I'm always reading for the week ahead, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. The information I'm about to give you, though, is information about what's going on currently, astrologically. Look. There's a lot of stuff going on. We all know the sun's in Scorpio. Happy birthday, friends. I hope you're having a beautiful Scorpio season. So the sun is in Scorpio, right? Because it's your sun sign if you're here and it is your sun sign, but it could be sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Jupiter for you. But nonetheless, Venus is in Scorpio right now. And although Mercury has moved out of your sign and is retrograding in Sagittarius, it does move back between the 18th and the 19th back into your sign. Now, the thing about that is that on the 20th is the new moon in your sign. So we're going to have the moon, the sun, Venus, and Mercury all in your sign at the same time. It's going to be there for you until it moves out of the shadow phase. So once it finally clears the shadow phase, December 11th is when it leaves your sign. It'll finally be fully in Sagittarius again as it's direct on the 29th of November. So between 29th and the 14th, it'll be speeding up in the atmosphere, going direct, and it will end its retrograde in Sagittarius. So what does all that mean for those of you who just don't know much about astrology? That means, well, on this week's grocery list, you might want to add some gasoline and a flamethrower. I'm just going to say, because you're going to be burning shit to the ground. It's going to be passive-aggressive emails. It's going to be all kinds of stuff that are going to be coming up from the depths to the top. And that's all I'm saying about that. Go find yourself an astrologer, and they'll explain it in detail. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm going to read for the week ahead, and at the end of this, I'm going to tell you how to get a private read if you're interested, and I'm also going to tell you about how to find the extended if you're interested in that. Let's find out what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Look, just because it's just in Scorpio, it doesn't mean that it doesn't affect everybody. But the fixed signs are kind of feeling it right now. Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. All right, here we go. First card, we have imprisonment. Somebody here feels like they're in a situation where they can't see or they can't say something or do something they want to do. Feels like somebody feels imprisoned in the mind. Maybe you feel like you can't really say it at this time. Interesting, because I just said that Mercury is in retrograde until the 29th when it begins to speed up in the atmosphere. And look at that. November the 29th, right? So it feels like possibly you might feel a little bit cagey or caged in until the 29th of November. We have judication. For some of you, we've got the step up, right? We go from the 29th to the 30th here, and it feels like something might be coming to a resolve at the end of the month for you. It feels like with judication here, judication takes place by an authority of some sort, right? So we have somebody here in a purple robe. This could mean a judge. This could mean something that is legal. Look, we've got imprisonment and we've got the judge sitting at the counter. So I'm just going to say that it seems like somebody is going to be making a judgment on something here. And somebody here feels like there is nothing I can do. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do at this time. We have to wait for the answer to come from the official person, from the courts possibly, or just something that is going to wrap itself up. It doesn't have to be bound up in legal stuff. And then we have the false person, and that's when this person is exposed. It does feel like there is something that is coming to the surface here, Scorpio. I'm just going to say, it feels like something, this adjudication process or this due process, whatever this is for you, it could be, it doesn't have to be in the courts. It could be that it is involving 3 people, possibly. Something that needs to be adjudicated by someone who possibly is in the judicial system. Bottom of the deck, mature man, somebody who has wisdom, somebody who's worldly, someone who has a lot of information, somebody who has had their wisdom light turned on, I'm going to say. 5 is the number of the Hierophant as well. It is somebody who is interested in doing the right thing, somebody who's possibly part of corporation, or maybe institution. This is somebody who is quite versed in the world, I'm going to say, a world traveler, somebody who has a lot of information or probably well educated. This person could be someone who's older than you. They don't have to be, but the white hair on this person indicates here that they have wisdom, right? That possibly they've lived a little longer. And look, wisdom isn't always synonymous for getting older. I'm just saying. It's not always that, but I think in this case it is. It feels like this for me is feeling like it is about wisdom. It's about doing the right thing. It's about holding your ground. Doing the right thing. Let's find out what else we've got to talk about here. Tell me more about Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell you what, these readings, they're a little bit off the chain. I'm just saying. Tell me about this. Okay, we've got the Star. We've got the Labyrinth. Okay. I feel like so I just heard you too. I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And that's kind of what I think is going on here. It feels like you're waiting for something. Now, I'm a tarot reader primarily, and I look at 16 and this is the Star in the Lenormand deck, but I'm looking at this also as being a bit of a shift or a tower. And so card number 16 is not that in the Lenormand deck. This is Star, right? This is looking at the stars, believing in the universe. The universe is looking in on you. It feels like something is in alignment as well, but I feel like something's in alignment because it feels like you're going to be getting out of some sort of a labyrinth that you've been walking around. It feels like you've been walking around in circles, or possibly you've been walking into walls waiting for something to change and nothing is changing. It feels like there is something here that is being blessed upon you by the universe. For me, as a reader, sevens are always about heaven, and it's about the universe looking in on you. It feels like you're about to find something that you've been looking for, because the song I just heard, I'm clairaudient, by the way, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, but I feel like you're about to find what you're looking for. Look, we have the end of the cycle, right? Got card number 10. 10s break down to a 1. And when we come to the end of a cycle, the only reason that we come to the end of a cycle is because another cycle is about to begin. And we have to clear the way. That's the scythe. And, the scythe was used back in the day. And that's how they cut down wheat when they didn't have a way to do it with machinery quite yet. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here. We have the Jack of Diamonds. Knight of Pentacles. It took a really long time to harvest the wheat this way, and it took a lot of manpower to do it. But they always kept that scythe very sharp, right? So they would carry a rock in their pocket they could sharpen it on, and it would have to be the ultimate sharpness. So this is saying that with one fell swoop, something is being cut down. Something is being harvested here. So it feels like there is somebody who's going to be, I'm going to say, swinging the hammer or swinging the scythe. Something is about to be cut down here. Remember I was saying to put on the grocery list? Maybe the flamethrower and the gasoline. I'm not saying that like legit. I'm just being silly, by the way. We do have the bridge. It feels like somebody is going to be burning the bridge, I think, is going to be burning the bridge to something. But, this is 12, right? So 38 is a 12. It does feel like it's intuitively, I'm going to say, that you've decided to call your energy back from someone. You've decided I'm no longer going to be on the bridge waiting for somebody to bring me the information that I want. I'm just going to wait for the official person to bring the official word. And let's look at tarot. Yikes. We haven't even gotten to the tarot yet, Scorpio. Something is coming from something that has been hiding. The false person has been hiding something. And I think it is going to be found in the bookwork, in the contract, in the truth. That's what it feels like. The truth is coming out, and you are no longer going to have your hands tied, or no longer going to feel like you're powerless or imprisoned here. Tell me more about Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the 8 of Wands, so something's about to pick up here. Look at that. The Death card is actually a really good card as it's showing up here right now. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. Tell me more. We've got the 8 of Swords. We've got the 9 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Pentacles. Look, something here I feel is working itself out. There is something that is under the surface that I feel is coming to the surface, but I think it's because the only way for things to change or transform, center of your reading, is for it to come to the surface first. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think with my intuitive psychic energy is telling me that you're not going to like the thing that surfaces, Scorpio, but I feel like it's necessary for it to surface in order for us all to get out of here. To get out of the 8 of Swords. But look, we have 8, 8, and we have 8. We have 3 8s. I feel like it ends up being beneficial or abundant in your favor is what it feels like to me. It feels like this person here is going to be exposed. I'm going to say it feels like somebody is going to be exposed as the liar, the cheater, the person who is trying to hold back some documents. It almost feels like somebody deleted some emails or held back the documents or isn't telling the whole truth. That's what it feels like here. It feels like you've been wandering around in the labyrinth, I'm just going to say. Wandering around in the labyrinth here. You can see that at the center here, there's something here that seems favorable. For some of you, it could be a relationship. For others of you, it could be whatever this is that brings the heart space alive. But we do have doves. We have someone who's waiting there. It looks like a lot of people are looking for this. So you might have lawyers, or you might have people who are looking through the paperwork or trying to find the email, or it feels like this, and I feel like it will be retrieved. Somebody might have to go look on the server for something, or this is a time right now with all of this activity going on in your sign. Look, Scorpio is just gonna say it. It's gonna come to the surface, and it's going to be something that is going to be seen for what it actually is here. So something that's had you sort of imprisoned in the mind, imprisoned in your life. It feels like this adjudication process is going to reveal that there is a false person among you, and somebody who is lying about something is about to be exposed. It feels like this is going to move quickly, but look, I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like it because the 8 of Swords is here with the 8 of Wands, and as things move forward quickly here, I feel like it puts you in a place where you can't make a decision or decide what should go on from here. It does feel like with the star energy, I feel like it has something to do with the universe, or the universe is coming through with something for you. It's like it's bringing it back around. We do have the 6 of Hearts, the bottom right-hand corner here, and that's the 6 of Cups. It feels like something from back there is meeting you in the present moment. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Something here definitely is about to change. We do have the Death card, but look, we also have the Ace of Pentacles, and it has the owl here. And it tells me something's about to change. And it does feel like it has something that is going to change within your abundance. So abundance is a big tag on a lot of things, right? It could be money, house, home, car. It could be something that affects those things. But the Ace of Pentacles being here tells me that somebody is really taking it very seriously and investing their time. And it feels like a shot in the dark. This Fool energy in the reverse tells me it feels like somebody thinks that they have the answer or that they have the solution, and they are going to take a shot in the dark. We have the 10 of Wands, and it's going to result in somebody being able to drop some sort of burden that they've been carrying. So it feels like it's a wild card, I'm going to say, because the Joker, right, is the Fool. I'll just show you this particular Fool card. You can see that we got the Fool here, and we've got him holding a card, and this is the Fool card here. Is the one from the very first deck that they made in tarot. But understand that the Fool in the tarot, the very first deck that they made in tarot, was actually a jester, like a court jester, somebody who was a fool. Like people would say, that's a fool, don't listen to that fool. But this person does not want to be seen as a fool. However, I think that desperate times call for desperate measures, and it feels like there's a big financial investment on the line, is what it feels like. It has to do with something that is a large financial investment, and it feels like it's a wild card. This might be a long shot, but this is the wild card, and we're going to use it. It's going to get us out of the labyrinth, and I think it works because, the 10 of Wands is upright. I think it works because the 10 of Wands here is indicating that you're going to be able to drop some sort of a really big burden that you've been carrying for a bit. So understand that everything is in a little bit of chaos right now, but I feel like something here is going to be exposed. Tell me about the false person and adjudication. Because whatever adjudication is, and it doesn't have to be something that's in the courts, it is somebody who's an official person. It could be somebody who's an adjudicator for insurance, right? It feels like it's like that, and your hands are tied. You can't say anything or do anything. You have to leave it up to the person who's adjudicating here. We have the moon energy. I think that this false person was hiding something, is what it feels like, and it's coming to light, as I was saying, because we do have the moon energy here. So things are not as they seem. I want you to hold your horses here, because something is about to move really quickly. A big, bold move is about to be made. Like I said, it does feel like something here is, somebody is why can't I shuffle these cards? Everything that happens in a reading happens for a reason. I'm getting very frustrated. I feel, Scorpio, that you're kind of at your edge. It feels like you're at the edge here where you can't line things up, or everything is like falling all over the place and you don't have control over it. So the Queen of Wands is here. Ten of Swords is here. Look, something is coming out into the open air about a betrayal. Somebody who betrayed you. And look, the Queen of Wands is here. And I'm just going to say for some of you and not all of you, because this isn't the case for all of you, but there could be a third party here. And the third party, I feel, because the Queen of Wands is here in this particular situation, and I did say there were 3 people involved, possibly, for some of you. And it does feel like we could be talking about this Queen of Wands. It does feel like this Queen of Wands could be the person who has been trying to hide things, who has the betrayal on the mind, or it could be the person who's being betrayed. You could be the person who has the fire energy with you, right? Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. So I feel like there is somebody who's been hiding something in the moon energy, and things are not as they seem. It feels like somebody feels betrayed, but their hands are tied. I can't do anything about it. This is not my battle to fight, or I have to put it in the hands of the official person, or the person who has more information than I do, or the person who can do something legally. Tell me what the Death card is about here, because something is weighing heavy here. It feels like somebody here is the wounded warrior. It's almost as if somebody is like, it's just going to happen again, Elsie. Things like this don't work out for me. I'm just going to be taking another hit with another wand. I don't think that's true, because the 10 of Wands is here. We have the 9. Yes, you are the wounded warrior. I believe you. I believe that you're carrying a lot, but I also believe that you're on the edge. You're ready to just explode and say something. Tell me what the Death card is here, please. Tell me what the Death card is here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. So you've been on the edge for a while, waiting for something to give, waiting for something to change, waiting for something to end. So you're waiting for something to stop moving so damn slow. We've got the Queen of Cups energy here. And we have the 3 of Cups in the reverse. Very interesting, because I did say 3 people. Look, I feel like it's going to break up some sort of a third party. It doesn't have to mean that this is a third party in relationship. I am not always reading about relationship, but if it pertains to you, take it. If it doesn't, what I'm about to say to you is the third party is about to break up. This is not going to be any fun. And whatever the third party is, look, it could be you, your spouse, against an employer. It could be something like that. When I say 3, I mean 3, but it doesn't always have to be 3 people in romance. But if it fits, the shoe fits, maybe it's yours. So we've got the Queen of Cups here, and then we have the 3 of Cups in the reverse. And so I feel like it's been no fun having to wait this long, and the depths at which you are frustrated are like unending, I would say. But the 3 of Cups in the reverse is telling me that this is no fun anymore. That you've been waiting possibly for a year, maybe even longer than that for some of you, but I'm telling you, death is coming. It's at the center of your read. So something is coming, something is transforming or changing or ending. So I don't think you're going to have to wait very long. I feel like that this is like the end of the wait, because the 9 of Wands is here. We're in the 9s, and then the 10 is here. You're going to be able to drop something. The 4 of Pentacles is here, but look the way it's broken up here. We've got the 3 and the Ace. So it looks to me like there probably is something going on in the background, like a foundation is being built, and something is about to show up really quickly. And it's going to cause a new beginning, and you don't expect it. But look, we've got the Jack of Diamonds here, and we have the Knight of Pentacles that's shown up here. we're now repeating ourselves. The universe is repeating themselves and saying, look, something has been slow, but it is going to resolve itself, because coming up is a new cycle, and boom, it is going to be a new day for you, and a harvest will be here. Now, the new cycle for you, Scorpio, is going to be on the 20th, because that is the new moon, and that's the new moon brings the new cycle. So let's talk about, because I feel like we're talking about a lot of money, property, a house, family thing. It feels like we're talking about a lot of stuff here. Let's talk about the Ten of Pentacles. We've got the King of Cups, we've got the Three of Pentacles, and we've got the Six of Cups. It does feel like it's something that's either owned by the family, or there's a foundation that you have built that is now in jeopardy. It was something that you expected was going to take you into your future. It could be your retirement. You could be fighting after a split up over retirement money. It feels like it's something that could be in the family for a long while, a foundation that was being built in nostalgia. So it feels like it could have to do with someone from your past that is coming to the present moment and trying to take something from you. It could be like an old relationship, or there's a loophole somewhere. It feels like it's going to have to go to the courts. That's what it feels like here. We do have the King of Pentacles. It does feel like it is about material wealth. Feels like it's about a lot of money, an expensive item, cars, houses, a pension. It feels like it's something like that. But I'm going to say that there is somebody here who is the false person who is trying to betray you in terms of your future. So we're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk more about it there. If you would like to come, I'm going to clarify the rest of this. We'll get more details. And if you want to be there, please look at the pinned comment that is at the top of all of the comments here. And you will see that there is a link to the membership area. The membership area, you will get at least 4 extendeds every month, Scorpio, and that's if you're watching for one sign. You'll get more, of course, if you're watching for other signs, because that's where I put all the extendeds. If you'd like to purchase this extended outright, just this one time, you can do that. There is a link there in the pinned comment. And if you're interested in a private reading, I just had a really beautiful conversation with somebody in a live read today. It was so much fun. So I'm having a lot of fun doing that. I'm doing live reads, and I'm also doing pre-recorded reads. So please take the link to Hypsee, look at all of that. You can see my pricing, whether you want a live read or a pre-recorded read, and look at my schedule. And if you book ahead, you will get a discount between 5 and 75% off if you decide to book ahead for a live reading. All right, I'm going to go for now. I'm going to go into the extended. And if this is where we part, that's cool, Scorpio. Hang in there, friend. Look, this is going to be a little wild until the end of the month, I'm just going to say. So hang in there, my friends. Happy birthday to you. I'm going to go for now, and I'll see some of you in the extended. Bye.